Yeah. Well, okay. So just to sort of make a micro version of that for listeners who aren't CISOs yet, and they may be considering that career path down the line, and who are not yet ready to join the Cyber LX coterie, as it were. Do you have any advice or tips for the type of skill development, leadership development, and areas of study or project experience they should be emphasizing to start this career journey on the right foot?
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with self-awareness. So get feedback, right? Understand your blind spots. Ask for mentors who will give you honest feedback, coaching.
Yeah.
Because that's really where it starts. Because if we're, we could probably do a decent job on our own. Go out and find those that aren't gonna give you the fluffy stuff, but they're gonna challenge you. I have a good friend, Alfred Enigbari, who opened up McDonald's in South Africa many years ago. And to do that, he needed to interact with Nelson Mandela. Over time, Nelson Mandela became a close friend, confidant, and mentor. Nelson Mandela would never give him an answer. He'd only ask him questions.
Oh, sure.
Make him think. He knew he had the answer, but he wanted to make him work and think.
Figure it out. Yeah. Use the problem solving.
Exactly. And so, I think those are some ways to think about that. But that's, we got to get input. We got to get out of our own heads and get input from others, and then realize that I think one of the things that has been very popularized in the last 5-6 years, this notion of Strengths Finder. I don't know if you know it's one of these assessment tools, and it basically says understand your strengths. Yeah. And their research says, double down on your strengths. Don't worry about your weaknesses.
Got it.
I get it. It makes sense. You can get a bigger lift. Unfortunately, going back to the maturity curve, going back to those core competencies that are differentiating, 14 out of those 15 are not our strengths. And those are the differentiating skills today. And so we need to lean into some of that discomfort. We need to lean into, and other these things. It's not rocket science. It's not like one big bang theory. It's just doing little things. Some of it's just like simply knowing how to listen, how to interactively listen. You can learn that. You can be taught that. You can teach your team that. Think about people in your world, work, personal, volunteer, church, whatever it might be, who are good listeners. Chances are you like those people. You trust those people. You want those people on your team. So think about the brand that they walk into the room with. Just from that we'd say just a very basic human trait. But I always challenge people, Chris. I'm like, listen, when you go into these meetings, go in and be interested first, and then be interesting.
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, I agree with that completely.
We like to go in and talk. We like to go in and tell and share. We get excited
and show our value by exactly. Yeah, this is what I bring to the table here. But sometimes you have to see what else is at the table before you can volunteer.
Yeah. Remember this: 2 ears, one mouth for a reason.
Yeah, there you go.
Listen 2 times longer.
I'm going to go off script here a little bit. Can you give me an example of something where you had to make yourself uncomfortable to get to a certain next place in your career or your learning?
I could tell you right away. It's I used to be a more of a one-on-one interaction. That was my comfort zone, and I was not the presenter. I was not the host. I would never have been on a show like this. I wouldn't have been up in front of a room of 1,500 people.
Right.
And I got pushed. Actually, I was given the opportunity to go and speak at a significant conference, and did it. Guess it went pretty decent. Got invited some more, and now I do. I've done hundreds of these presentations, but the data says 74% of people would rather die than speak in public.
Yeah, right.
So, and I always joke with people. So that means at a funeral, you'd rather be in the box than giving the eulogy.
Right. Yeah, wild for sure.
I'll tell you what, it's opened up so many doors for me, Chris.
Oh yeah,
because I've done things I never would have thought of doing. I'm in rooms I never should have been in. I've got a comfort level now, and doing these kind of things, and so I think it's just a great example, and I'm so feel so blessed to be able to do that today.
Have you seen Work Bites, the new security awareness training series from Infosec? Our team produced this series with 3 E's in mind, making security awareness training entertaining, engaging, and educational. Just go to infosecinstitute.com/free to learn more about this hilarious office comedy. And hey, let us know what you think about it.